We are in Kirkwood at the Isuzu 4x4 challenge. The event itself has been running for 11 years, and Isuzu is the official vehicle supporter for this event. I must say this is a perfect opportunity for Isuzu as a brand to showcase the capabilities of its vehicle. There's no better way of doing that than having our vehicle present at the event, and with the Off-Road Academy participating as well.
It's very early morning at Kirkwood. We're sitting at the lookout waiting for the competition to begin. We've taken a quick look through the course. It's extremely tough this year, very different to what we did last year. But I'm sure that even if we're not up to the task, the Isuzu KB 4x4s that we're using today are actually going to be up to what we need to do. But it's going to be an extremely tricky course of 10 obstacles today, and I don't know. By comparison to what we did last year, these guys have really put up a tough test for us.
Ons kyk na Morne Condon, Bettie Giliomee, Morne van Vuuren, Bettie Giliomee van Express, Isuzu gebrachte voertuig, 3 liter diesel. Morne Condon.
Oh dear, that's our third touch for the day. Third obstacle. But never mind, we're carrying on going. We'll see what happens in the next one.
So here we are this year, even bigger than last year. The crowds are huge. You can see from Isuzu's involvement that we've grown this year as well. And Grant and I are here representing the Isuzu Off-Road Academy, and been champions last year. So we're defending our title. It's a lot tougher this year, and the competitors have grown as well in stature, and certainly the obstacles are harder. But you know, we're here to do the best we can. We're here to obviously do as much as we can for Isuzu and hopefully take the title again. That would be fantastic.
Well, the whole idea today is to score maximum points, and you get penalised for certain things you do wrong. For instance, if you hit a boundary marker, you lose points for that. If you do a rollback in an obstacle, you obviously lose more points for that. And then if you get stuck in an obstacle and you have to get outside assistance, obviously then you're disqualified from that obstacle. So the biggest thing for us today is just to keep going and score maximum points.
I've got this big helmet on my head and it feels like I'm in space.
I don't think 1 minute is quite realistic in this long wheelbase. They struggle to get around the tight corners, but the plan is just to have a clean run. But there was also the plan on the other obstacles. We didn't manage that either.
Well, you can't take it too lightly. You've got to be wide awake. You've got to concentrate, focus, read your lines perfect. It's not that easy. It's quite difficult.
Bettie, Cruywagen, Alison Isuzu 4x4 magazine.
At last we got some points. I think everyone has. It's quite interesting because the first two obstacles definitely favoured the short wheelbase vehicles, and then when we watched the third obstacle, the short wheelbase vehicles went first, and they went through there quite easy, and the guys thought, no, geez, the long vehicles are going to struggle a little bit, but they've actually handled the third obstacle a lot easier than the short wheelbases. So at last there's an obstacle that favours the longer wheelbases like the Isuzu.
Bobby daar. 60 punten van Bobby Cheetham, baie mooi gery Bobby.
Because the competition is on a round-robin basis, you start first and then you go to the back of the queue, you go further back. Sometimes this is an advantage. For instance, the track hasn't been dug up and loose soil makes it a difficult obstacle for one. And some other times it's nice just to stand back and see how everybody else tackles the challenge, and you can learn from their mistakes they make.
I think it's just keep the momentum going and see how we go.
Don't get stuck on the top.
Oh, that's the biggest thing, not to belly yourself on the top. It's all about the co-driver. Eh?
Yeah, for sure.
If I don't do well, I blame him.
Yeah, well, we're standing at the last obstacle of the challenge for the day, and started out a bit hesitantly and badly personally, but later on I got to know what the rules were like and got to know the Buggie, and I think the Isuzu Buggies have surprised all at how a stock standard Isuzu can take on these pretty rough trails and tracks and obstacles and do quite well there. But if you know how to use your diff lock, your low range, get the wheel pressure right, then there's no stopping the Buggie.
I definitely think it's a case of the Buggies have won again this year. Our skills are nothing like what the vehicles are actually capable of producing, but it's been fun, it's been very difficult. We've had some serious challenges that made it much more difficult than last year. And again, I mean, these Isuzus have proved themselves over and over on all of these courses. And as you can see behind me, they haven't been kind to us. They've really been putting us through our paces.
The obstacles are quite challenging, especially for the long wheel bases. But our vehicles have fared well so far. We will be here again doing this next time again. I guarantee you that, for sure.
Eastern Cape Formula 4 Challenge Club, Cruywagen Antonie Swart.